and today we're talking about non-negotiables. Something to note when it comes to the stuff on my list. Whenever I was 5, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. You would roundhouse me to the face with how much I talk about Jesus. Tori and I, of course, you guys probably remember, I was put in the friend zone twice, and so let's go. It's funny, I haven't seen your list or I haven't intentionally looked at it. I mean, you married me, right? So I checked some boxes, right? The last one I'm gonna share with you all is that I needed her to be hot, like really hot.
Well, hello you guys. Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I feel like I forgot how to do this. Like, what are we even doing right now?
Yeah, because the last video was girl chat. So you haven't like sat on this bed to do
It's been like 2 weeks.
Babe, it's been so much longer than that.
Has it been longer?
Because we were on our trip.
It doesn't always feel longer to me because we're doing the devotional every day. And so I feel like I show up on YouTube every single day.
Yes, that's true. But like sit down for this channel, we were gone for a month. So like we haven't sat down like,
together
to do this.
If you forgot who we are, I'm Tori, this is Chad, and we are a married couple who shares encouraging content on YouTube. And today we're talking about non-negotiables. And these non-negotiables you can apply in the pursuit of a spouse, whether you're already dating somebody or not, and you want to kind of put them through a little litmus test to see if they're a good fit for you. And I just want to preface with a few quick things that this is not about being judgy, so don't come at us with that stuff. This is about understanding that it takes 2 healthy people to have a healthy relationship and creating appropriate boundaries of who you keep out and who you invite in is pretty important. And so Tori actually created this really cool doc. Tori created this cool little page that you can print out. You want to tell them about it?
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, I also want to preface with back in the day when we did our relationship series and we did a lot more like relationship style talks, which we want to continue doing, I would reference this list of non-negotiables that I had made, and I had an accountability partner. So we both made lists, we looked over each other's lists, and we signed it. That way when we started dating someone, we would have accountability for the standards we wanted to uphold. And so anyways, I also want to preface with the fact that if you are going to put anything on your list of non-negotiables, you need to know that you need to uphold these standards for yourself as well, because you cannot expect someone to uphold them and you not. So putting that out there, long story short, we created a very cute little PDF downloadable and it's with the ones I had based on the non-negotiable list I made years and years ago, but we also made a really cute one that's blank that you can fill in with ones that are close to your heart, and then we have a place that you can sign and your accountability partner can sign. And don't worry, if you don't have an accountability partner, you can email it back to us and we will sign it for you.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so all the information will be in the description where you can download it, all that fun stuff. But without further ado,
jump on in.
I'm just gonna share 5. So I didn't have a quote unquote non-negotiable list. However, there were things that were absolutely non-negotiables for me. And I wrote down 5 that I want to share with you all and break them down. Something to note when it comes to the stuff on my list is that I've changed a lot, right? I've changed a lot over the years. Whenever I was 5, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. Whenever I was 10, I wanted to race motorcycles. Whenever I was 15, I wanted to own a big business. Whenever I was 20, I wanted to be a lawyer. Like, things change, right? And so what's important is, as you're making this list, is to try to make it as evergreen as possible, which means that it spans time. And that's not to devalue the stuff that's important to you right now at this age, but that's just to also add in things that'll be important down the road too. And so find couples that have healthy relationships and ask them like, hey, what was the secret sauce, right? And so you'll notice some secret sauce of older relationships that I have in these things I'm going to mention. But my number 1 is this. This is an obvious one, but to have shared faith. I have to be with someone of the same faith because I talk about Jesus way too much. You would resent me, you would hate me, you would kick me in the shoulder or something. You would roundhouse me to the face with how much I talk about Jesus. And so to me, that was the biggest non-negotiable, that we have to have this similar shared vision and values for our family.
Yeah, well, my first one was that he has to love Jesus more than me. So
look at us, babe. Look at that.
The first one, when I say he has to love Jesus more than me, there's a reason behind that, because I truly believe that a wife is supposed to submit to her husband, but I am not going to submit to someone that is not submitted unto the Lord first. And so that's why I believe the man needs to love Jesus more than he loves you, because there's a dangerous recipe if not.
Amen. Okay, so my number 2 is, this one was really actually a big surprise to me of how important it is in pursuing healthy relationships, but that's having friendship and respect. Tori and I, of course, you guys probably remember, I was put in the friend zone twice, and so we were really able to build upon our friendship, which built a healthy respect for each other.
Yeah.
We didn't immediately jump into let's be romantic together, and it really just helped me like her. Not just love her or not just lust her. And so having a friendship, when you realize that marriage is like 90% hanging out and figuring life out together, you want to do it with someone who you really enjoy their companionship, their company. And so being friends first is honestly, I think, one of the biggest like hacks to healthy relationships that I think I could ever give you.
Absolutely. Okay, another one that was on my list that I love is I was looking for someone who made people feel seen.
Let's go. Sorry. It's funny, I haven't seen your list, or I haven't intentionally looked at it. And now that, I mean, you married me, right? So I checked some boxes, right? I checked, let's go. Sorry.
But something that I really admired about Chad when we started dating was I feel like he has such a way of, if you are in his presence, he makes you feel seen. And that was more than just me when we were dating. When I brought him to our church, when I brought him around my friends, like he was very intentional in the conversations that he had with them, as well as his friendships as well. And that was something that I saw and I really respected.
What she doesn't know is I actually have a staring problem and I'm hard of hearing. And so it looks like I'm really intentionally listening to people, but I'm actually just trying to read their lips. And I'm like, just teasing. Okay, my next one, which is probably the biggest relationship tip when it comes to like when I ask seasoned veterans, hey, what should I look for, is communication skills. That doesn't mean you have to have them all in your quiver. That means that you have to want to learn how to communicate effectively. You know, we've only been married for 4 years and a little bit, and we've already felt that communication is key. If you can't communicate, then you don't have anything. Imagine going to a foreign country and trying to live there. You would have to learn their language in order to survive. Well, guess what? There's a language for healthy relationships and marriage that you have to be willing to learn and adapt, and not just insert, this is the way I am, I'm sorry, deal with it. And so no, healthy communication is key.
Okay, something else that I had on my list personally was I was looking for someone who stewards not only their finances well, but also their time well. I think that this is such an important character trait in someone, is are they stewarding what is in their hands now well? I wasn't looking for someone who was like so wealthy, so rich. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what has God given them?
Because you did not get it. Go ahead.
What has God given them that is currently in their hands? Are they managing that, stewarding that, and grateful for that?
I'm still holding on to that verse. He is good with a little, will be good with a lot. Am I right? But I peeked down at her list and she said, a man who can make her laugh. So here's me just attempting to compensate.
It was.
My next one is, you kind of mentioned this on yours, so I'll breeze over it, but a desire for accountability and a desire for other relationships, aka friendships. We can't be everything to each other. Like, that's just not going to work. And you see it happen so much, where I'm sure you all have experienced it. I'm not trying to throw shade, but there's that friend who gets in a relationship and then they disappear.
Totally disappear.
I've probably done that before. And so it's key for us to have a multitude of relationships, mentors, people we're leading, people we're arm in arm with. Then, the person that you're with, are they going to maintain other relationships, or does the relationship consume them? Because that can kind of lead to like an idolization of relationships. Yeah,
for sure. So the next one that I had was a teachable spirit. I think that this is really important. Humility is something that the Lord talks about so much in the Bible. He opposes the proud, but he exalts the humble. And so having a humble and teachable spirit is so important, because when pride comes into a relationship, I've seen it time and time again, it will destroy a relationship. And so having humility also helps with that communication. It helps with so many things. And so I think that's a fruit that you should definitely be looking for in a future partner.
And the key with that one isn't that this person's never wrong. It's that they're willing to admit that they're wrong. Because I definitely have like a big personality inside of our relationship, but I also am willing to take one on the chin and say,
for sure,
uh-oh, like I should, that's on me, you know? And so it's having that ability to say, I need a teachable spirit here. I need to be convicted of where I was wrong.
Yeah, and that goes back to making sure that this person has accountability and mentors in their life as well.
So the last one I'm going to share with you all is that I needed her to be hot, like really hot. Okay.
Get him out of here.
No, seriously. I put that they need to have family values. I really wanted a family, insert picture of Micah and us right here. And that was really important to me. And it's important, again, remember, this is not just about keeping the wrong people out. This is about inviting the right person in.
Right.
Because if you yoke yourself to someone who doesn't want a family and you do, that's not going to end up well, right?
A lot of tension.
If you yoke yourself to someone who all they want to do is blow money and vacation everywhere, and you're like a saver because you want to prepare for retirement. I'm not saying one is bad or one is good. What I'm saying is having similar minds and family mission and value was important for me. And so I
literally had on here, lives on mission, and I also had on here, has a compatible lifestyle.
Let's go.
Because I feel like what you just said is so true. Like, what if someone loves to stay at home, complete homebody, and then the other person hates staying at home, has to be out and about all day, every day, etc. You want to make sure that whatever your lifestyle is, that person is just compatible. It doesn't mean that they have to be exactly like you. It just means that when you're together, you're having fun and you pull out and bring out the best in each other.
And one of the best parts about this, like non-negotiable, is people can choose to adapt. I am very much a homebody, and Tori's very much a people person who loves to be active. She helps me get out of the house, and I help her stay in the house.
It's true.
And so, there is a thing there, where you actually learn to become a little bit more well-rounded.
Yes.
And there's been so many times we've hung out with friends when I didn't want to, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad we did that, right?
For sure.
Or I'm sure there's times now where she's like, I just want to stay home, and watch movies, and iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. We kind of breezed past them and through them, but just want to send a kind reminder that as you make this list, really focus on character traits more than anything else, because that's what's going to stand the test of time. Chad and I know, like, looks fade, things change, seasons change, etc. And so making sure that these are the character traits that, like, really and truly matter. And then also, if you want to build out your little list, then make sure to download the little PDF we made for you guys below.
Yeah, I feel like I can say so much more on this topic. But just remember, this is not like a perfect solution to finding healthy relationships. This just helps you stay accountable and not accept things and being treated a way maybe you shouldn't, or even treat other people the way that you shouldn't be treating them.
Helps you not settle.
Yes, exactly. Probably the title of this video, How to Stop Settling. Anyways, we love you all. We'll
be seeing you in the next video.